Hello everyone, welcome to Social Responsibility and Good Governance class. My report is all about the benefits of corporate social responsibility, which is the operational cost savings. So, every little bit counts, so rather than looking for one big way to save a ton of money, save in lots of small ways and set yourself up for success. So, business benefits of corporate social responsibility, the operational cost savings. So, what is operational cost savings? So, operational cost savings is a measured reduction in the cost of a stipulated operation. So, or it is a maintenance created by the installation of new equipment or implementation of a new service when compared with an established baseline for previous such stipulated cost. So, when looking at documents like the balance sheet and income statement, you may come across account terms that you're not aware of. However, understanding these terms is vital. Doing so will help you better understand your financial statements so that you can improve your firm's fiscal health. One term that's incredibly relevant to business owners is operating costs. Curious about what operating costs are and how they impact in your company? We'll provide you a complete guide to operating expenses. So, what are operating costs? So, those are required for the day-to-day maintenance and administration of your business. So, people also commonly refer to operating costs as operating expenses, operational expenses, operating expenditures, operating expenses, or OPEX. So, one of the primary components of operating cost is the cost of goods sold or the COGS, which are the direct costs attributed to producing your business goods or services. So operating expenses also include the labor cost, such as the payroll, then employee health insurance, which is the pensions and other benefits, sales commissions, depreciation, amortization, and maintenance cost. So knowing how to measure operating cost is important because it allows you to improve your bottom line. If you're for-profit business, reducing operating costs will have a direct impact in your profitability. So we have 8 things you can do to cut operating costs. First is embrace technology. So improving your operating costs means putting yourself ahead of your competition. Small business owners should always be looking for ways to reduce their operating costs without sacrificing the quality of their offering or making the lives of their employees more difficult. So, what are the best ways to reduce operating costs? So, one of it is to embrace technology. So, there are dozens of online systems and software programs that can automate and streamline small business functions. This system can cover an array of areas of operation, including accounting, website hosting, marketing communication, payroll, and more. Then the next is the outsourcing. So another option to improve efficiency is to outsource certain business practices to a third-party specialist. For instance, if you have a real estate or tax law background, you will find it challenging to pinpoint ways to reduce your lease payments or property taxes. Someone trained explicitly in this area could help. So one area that seems to especially benefit from outsourcing is advertising and marketing. For many entrepreneurs, this is a pain point. They find the amount of time they spend on advertising and marketing does correlate to the return on investment. But they don't necessarily have time to dedicate to a marketing campaign. While it might seem like hiring an outside vendor will result in spending more money in the long run, delegating a specific task to subject matter experts will save you money and generate even better results. So outsourcing certain operation is an investment that pays dividend over time. Next is shop around for better rates. So be sure to compile an accurate scope of work or request for proposal or the RFP for vendors to bid on. A missing information or added complexity can significantly affect the quoted rate. So having an accurate quote can allow you to better plan for anticipated operating expenses. Next is the telecommute. So, leasing of office space, paying utility costs, and managing a physical office can be a drain on your financial resources. Considering allowing your team to telecommute as a way to reduce total cost. So, telecommuting is on the rise across the United States. So, with the amount of connectivity available today, the difference between an employee sitting in an office and sitting at home is almost indiscernible. So, employees will typically also find this advantageous as they can cut down on their own commute times and expenses. The next is pay invoices early or on time. So, many vendors will offer a discount if you pay your invoice early. Even a savings of 2 to 3% can really add up. Let's say annual operating costs are $100. You take advantage of paying invoices early and save 2%. You could end up saving $2,000 a year by doing so. So, at the very least, make sure to pay your invoices on time to avoid any late fees or other penalties. So, the same goes for loans or any debt that you have taken out. Your interest expenses can increase if you're late or begin to miss payments. Next is the identify inefficiencies. So you should always be looking for ways to make your business more efficient. By tightening up your processes and procedures, you can reduce waste in both materials and time. Encourage your employees to identify inefficiencies and suggest solutions to the problem. Consider providing an incentives to employees for doing so. Again, you can consider this an investment in your company. A small reward to an employee could end up saving you thousands of dollars. Next is cancel unused services. So pour through your variable cost and identify services that you're no longer using. If you haven't used them in a couple months, look for a cheaper plan or consider canceling them together. If you're not using them, then they're not improving your operating income. It's easy to lose track of unused services, especially if you set them up for an auto pay on your credit card. If you do find a service that would like to keep, try shopping around to see if there are cheaper alternatives available. Last is the Go Green. So if you have an office space, consider making it as green as possible. To reduce energy usage, replace regular light bulbs with compact fluorescent lighting. Look to lower heating and cooling costs by improving your installation and windows and cut back on the amount of physical waste. Not only will you save on utility costs, you'll save on monthly office supply costs as well. So, reduce business waste to save money. With the cost of goods and materials rising, using resources efficiently and reducing your business waste makes good financial sense. It's also better for the environment. The cost of sending waste to landfill is increasing, and so are the restrictions on what you can send. You can face penalties if you do not handle waste appropriately or have the right paperwork before it leaves your premises. So you can save money and make your business more efficient by focusing on how you reduce our business waste and how you deal with the waste that remains. Market your environmental credentials. If you have taken steps to improve the environmental performance of your business, such as reducing the impact of your products have on the environment or cutting the amount of energy and waste your business uses, you may want to publicize these changes to the outside world. By demonstrating that your business considers environmental issues to be a priority, you may attract new customers. It can help also you attract and retain employees and impress investors and other stakeholders. As well as publicizing your achievements, being able to add credibility to your green claims could also improve your reputation. There is no overall gold standard, but making the most of your PR opportunities, winning environmental awards, gaining recognized standards, and using environmental labeling could also help your business. So, how much can my business save by reducing waste? So, the amount of money you can save by managing waste depends on the nature of your work. For example, a manufacturer will probably be able to save more than an office based business by reducing the amount of raw materials and wastewater in the production processes. So, we will end our discussion with a beware of a little expenses because little expenses or a small leak will sink a great ship by Benjamin Franklin. Thanks for watching. So the question is, as a working individual who earns or support his or her personal needs or necessities, what are your ways or strategies to reduce your expenses and to save more? So hope you learned something on operating cost savings. Then thank you and God bless.